Yeah, I'm thinking I'm back. Hey everyone, welcome to Cinema, where we focus on the film, and today I'm going to be reviewing John Wick Chapter 4, and make sure to comment down below what you thought of this film. Was it good? Was it bad? Or did it land somewhere in the middle? And overall, John Wick Chapter 4 follows the continuation of the franchise from Chapter 3 and goes on that rampage, going into so much different action scenes, and the way it goes about it is so much more smoother than what we've seen before with John Wick Chapter 2 and 3 and a little bit of Chapter 1. I've had a little bit of the camera work gripes with how certain shots are edited and a little bit choppy. It's not awful, but the way it goes about it can't go from one scene to the next in an unsuitable fashion that while John Wick Chapter 4 has a little bit of that, it goes a lot smoother than what I would have expected. And with the 3-hour runtime, is it warranted? I would say so. There could be some parts that could be cut out, but that would be really nitpicking from my personal opinion, because what the story had to offer, how well it ran smoothly throughout, balanced its action with the plot itself, and also giving nods to the first movie as well as a little bit of the in-between movies. I just really enjoyed everything this film had to offer, making that 3-hour runtime warranted and well-deserved to be able to sit down for that long and not really feel bored at any point. And it's not, I wouldn't call it full of action nonstop, but it does have that extensive scenes where at the beginning you're getting a lot of action, and then there's a lot of fights throughout the middle, and then you're getting a 30-plus minute fight scene at the end that has the slight pauses, but it still has Keanu Reeves giving a strong performance, especially in the action roles that you're going and just fighting against all these little bad guy minions of sorts, that it's really fun, it's really entertaining, yet it still has that story that works for what the story has been leading up to all along. It goes and just builds so much more and feels like the stakes are a little bit higher. And now, while I do have nitpicks with how, like, some of the bulletproof suits make him a lot more of an invincible hero to the story, that takes a little bit of the believability out of it. I don't want too much realism to what this character has to offer, because this is almost what you expect, what it has been leading up to more and more since the first one. Is now he has a lot more protection on his character, and while that serves the plot a little bit too well, I just had a blast watching this film, not caring too much, even though there's huge things that could be dealt with in a slightly different way, that it didn't feel so much like he's falling off a building and getting up a minute later and being all fine, going back into action. It was still fun because of the way it went about that. So if you're into action films, this film still may just surprise you. If you're not, this may drag on way too long for you. And that 3-hour long time, it does feel warranted, like I said. And because I did have slight complaints with how 2 and 3 had some parts where they had extensive fight scenes, but the way they dealt with those, they felt spaced out in such a small thing where you're fighting 1 or 2 people at a time, 1 or 2 people at a time, 1 or 2 people at a time, one after the other on different levels of a building. And this deals with that a little bit smoother and goes a lot more quicker in its pacing. And so that's what really works well for this film. Keanu Reeves isn't always great in delivering his lines super well voice-wise, but the action that he works with really makes up for what I really just highly enjoyed with this film, making it a big surprise. And I was already anticipating this film, especially with the big raving reviews, but it still managed to exceed my expectation, and that's why I have to rate this film a 9.5 out of 10. And so I'd love to know your thoughts of this movie down in comments below. If you haven't seen this movie, did this review help you out to decide if you're going to see it or not? Let me know that down in comments below, and be sure to check out his videos on the end screen now.